Well, how you doing? This is Gerald Reynolds in Portland, Oregon, and this is my weekly report on a few things: medical marijuana, religion in our freaking government, the indictment of Bush and Roe. Now, I'm wondering, with all that's going on, if Obama really feels he's making a difference, if he's making some kind of a change. I'm not seeing a whole lot of change. I see he's still acting the same way those guys did. For instance, 9/11. Now, you know, a conspiracy like that, machinations like that, take a lot of money, time, technical knowledge, and technology itself, which a lot of these desert dwelling, you know, 12th century Muslims don't even have. They live in caves for crying out loud in the middle of the desert. They barely have cell phones. They have to send their tapes to Jazeera just to be seen. So you really think they could have orchestrated the whole thing? Well, maybe, maybe not. But all I know is when I saw the second plane go into the towers, it was not an airliner. It was not a commercial airliner. And it looked kind of gray. And it had like a logo on the front of it with a shield and a bolt to it. Now I've seen that logo before, but where I saw it, it's going to surprise you. Maybe not, huh? Yeah, on SAC airplanes, Strategic Air Command. Right. Why is it when after the plane supposedly, allegedly hit the Pentagon, that when they go in there and investigate, there's no debris from an airliner? None. No seats, no seat backs to raise when you go in, no seat belts, no little TV screens, no wiring, no nothing that had to do with an airplane. I don't get that. Why? Where was it? Couldn't have just disintegrated. Well, then tell me what did blow up the Pentagon. And then what about Flight 75 that went down in the field? You all have these stories of these hero passengers taking over the plane and forcing it to crash. I don't know, man. If you went over there like I did, and you looked at the crater, you looked at the crash site. Once again, no debris that coincides with an airliner. There was none. And as a matter of fact, anytime there's an air disaster, don't they take the planes and try to put them back together somewhere in a big hangar or a garage or something? Huh? What, they didn't do that? Of course not. There weren't any. There were no plane parts. Somebody's got to explain that. You also have to explain how is it that two buildings that were built with the very purpose, with the very idea that they might get hit by an airplane of that size, the 727. They were built to withstand the impact from that airplane. So go figure. If one falls, coincidence, I could maybe see that, But both of them, and mind you, they fell the same way. One of them starts leaning, and then, against gravity goes back and falls straight to its footprint, just like the second one did. Now, something wrong with that picture. Then you have people reporting how they heard explosions in there. Even first responders were saying they were hearing explosions. Look out, there's going to be another explosion probably. You could hear that. Then this building 7, another building. The building that's supposed to be used for crises just like this. For this kind of crisis. You're supposed to go into that building. That's supposed to be there's an office in there. It's called your tactical office, I guess, or whatever. Emergency tactical coordination. And it coordinates all the different services and everything. The mayor's supposed to run right there and start coordinating the disaster. But nobody showed up there when the first plane hit. Yeah, nobody came. Nobody went to the crisis center to put a handle on the crisis. I wonder why. And a few hours later, Building 7 falls. The crisis building. Listen to this. There's a huge explosion on the bottom floors of the building. Eyewitnesses said it. They came crawling down in there. They saw the lobby just utterly destroyed. The rest of the building wasn't yet, really. But all of a sudden they said, get out of here, get out of here. It's going to fall. It's going to come down. And they're all thinking, why would it come down? It's built to not come down. What are you talking about? Sure enough, when they get outside, what does it do? It comes down one floor right after another, just like a controlled demolition. Yep, as if there were no floors in between. In fact, when they do controlled demolitions, they have to cut the beams that hold up the floors in between in order to get the explosion, in order to get the fall to be a free fall. So it goes right down to its footprint and not out somewhere in the street and hurt people. So how did this building fall that way? Yeah. They found traces of thermite. They found globules of steel. Little burnt globules, like bubble, like beads of steel all over the place. The only way steel can get that way is with a blast furnace, which is an enclosed furnace that goes about 3,000 degrees. Steel doesn't burn until 2,500. It doesn't even start to melt until then, right? Now all of a sudden, we've got this steel just melting away and letting the floors just fall right down, one right after the other, like pancakes, like as if you saw these controlled explosions, how it goes right in on itself. It's exactly how it fell. There are videos out here to show you this. There are videos out here. I can reference them. Go to YouTube. Go to, just type in Building 7. It'll blow you away. Type in World Trade Center was not a commercial aircraft. World Trade Center was a military plane. Type that in. That'll kill you. Good information. Now I'd like to finish up with a little bit of religious crap that we got going in this damn country. Why are we pandering to the ignorance of religious fools? Why are we letting children sue teachers for saying that creationism is utter nonsense when it is? Why is the Atheist Alliance, or whatever you want to call yourselves, not helping this guy and anybody else who's in this kind of a predicament? Children able to sue a teacher for blasphemy? Yeah. And you feminists, you women of the world, please, let's support these Muslim women. They don't need to be treated like dogs and forced to wear that crap in the middle of the desert. The ones that say we choose to, they don't choose to. They're just being indoctrinated by their family members and every other place in their culture. And you know that. You know that. I know that. We all know that. So they're not truly choosing to wear it because it's a religious edict. If the God that they believed in didn't say it, they wouldn't do it. So there's no real choice. Either you follow the laws or you burn in hell forever, right? Whatever. Leviticus says, if your daughter is a virgin when she's married, you must stone her to death, or let your neighbors do it. We could have a stone picking day for all you adulterers out there. Jesus Christ. Come on. Let's get this 9/11 thing straight. Let's get these people in jail where they belong. Bush, Rumsfeld, Cheney, all of them. They're all in cahoots. They were all doing a false flag exercise right at the time so Cheney could have control of the military.